Very good morning to all our Talking Forex listeners. Welcome to the European Morning Call. Hope you've had a great weekend. Starting then with the overnight news, it's been relatively quiet. Just one move of note in dollar yen of around 50-60 pips to the upside, following some comments from the Japanese Economy Minister Kaida, who did say that intervention may be possible as early as the Japanese morning, causing the spike higher there, but the actual intervention did not materialise. We've just seen an upstep in the rhetoric from the Japanese Finance Minister saying that he is currently watching the forex markets and an intervention is likely if it's deemed necessary. No real new comments there, just repetition of what we've seen over the last few weeks. However, we'll be keeping a close eye on the yen as the strength in the currency is now affecting the Japanese export-led domestic exporters there. Taking a look elsewhere in the European session this morning, the euro has been slightly weaker across the board. We saw some comments from ECB's Novotny on the wires earlier, saying that he's worried about the implementation of EFSF law into the Eurozone countries by the domestic governments by the end of October. There was originally forecast after the July 21st summit meeting of a timetable of around September for the implementation of those EFSF laws. So some worrying comments from Novotny there. Also, Deutsche Bank earlier cut their GDP forecast for the Eurozone for next year from 1.5% to 0.8%. That's slightly weighed on the euro there. Looking at the sterling currency for the UK, has been slightly strengthened across the board this morning. There's very little data out of the UK this week, just the UK second GDP reading on Friday. However, in the run-up to that, there will be no other Tier 1 data, so there's nothing bad to forecast for the UK currency, and the sterling therefore slightly appreciating across the board. In terms of data for the rest of today, very thin calendar. We'll be looking straight now to the US session and the comments in the run-up to the Friday Jackson Hole conference from Bernanke, but in terms of data it is relatively quiet. But that's enough from me. Have yourselves a good trading day.